my mouth shine. The same day they signed Tory, the Smith beside me. Yes, my wrist is shiny. Yes, at all times catch all signs. Shots fly, no Anakin. Olive Garden wrap towel fit inside a ramekin. Fucking breadcrumbs turn breadsticks when that text spit. Cause that marinara soak you. Safety off, you ain't Joku.
All right, shout out to Nation Gang for Ahmed Johnson. Please go to insubordinaterecords.com. Check out the album. Check out everything Griff Scorsese. You'll love it. You'll buy it. You'll thank me later. Welcome back to another episode of the Sports Syndicate podcast. I am your not-so-loving host, the man that bleeds Kelly Green, the South Philly Sycho, Dom, and I am joined by some of South Jersey's finest tonight. Of course, some of you may notice the man below me who is nice enough to let me call him Nicky from Philly when he ain't, and I apologize. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I'd had a few beers on both episodes. My bad, dude, but it's great to have you back. How you doing tonight, my man?
Yeah, man. Thanks. Doing well, as always. Looking forward to another conversation here about NFL and about just sports and itself. So, yeah, thanks for having us on, man.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it's going to be a good time. We got a lot to talk about. But, of course, we got to welcome a new member of the Syndicate, a member of this universal bird gang, even though he's a Cardinals fan, which is cool. It's birds of a feather unless we play each other, and then maybe it's different. But please welcome, I'll do it WWE style, for the first time ever, my man, Sacco.
Yeah, man, I'm sorry for the hold up trying to get on here, but I'm here and let's talk some sports.
It's okay. It's cool. I'm willing to wait. A little flustered. I should have said Sacco. My bad. It's like Flacco, but not.
There you go. There you go.
I'll get it. I apologize, man. No disrespect. So let's jump into a few of these sports topics and consider where we're at right now and everything that's transpired. I think we got to start where pretty much everybody else started, and this topic is called Death of Chucky. I know you guys, if you watched last week's episode, you heard us talking about the Raiders and their upcoming game. We were talking about how we knew Jon Gruden and he would break the ship. Well, unfortunately, that was on a Thursday. And then come Friday, we hear, that the NFL, while investigating the Washington football team for one of their many current investigations right now. I don't know if y'all heard about the trainer and the head trainer, but I digress. The assistant and all that. That's the DEA. The NFL was looking into the Washington football team's, harassment in the workplace allegations from last year, and came across a bunch of emails from Jon Gruden to then team president Bruce Allen, one in which he used some kind of racial trope, slur, call it what you will, about DeMaurice Smith, the head of the NFLPA. And so that leaked out on a Friday afternoon, and people had their 2 cents. The game went off. Raiders lost. He made a statement after the game, and we thought, okay, cool. Maybe this will blow over. His players seem to be backing him up. At that point. So I'm watching Monday Night Football, and in the midst, they report that Jon Gruden has resigned from the Las Vegas Raiders after the NFL sent owner Mark Davis dozens upon dozens, maybe even, I think somebody said thousands of emails where he not only used more racial slurs, he bashed female referees for being involved in the game. He used a lot of gay slurs, if that's what you want to call them. He complained about the NFL pressuring Jeff Fisher to draft Michael Sam. The list goes on and on and on, leading to him stepping down. And I'm gonna start on this one with my man Nick here, because he's been waiting so patiently and helping out technically leading into this recording.
Yeah,
so I think he's earned it.
Yeah.
Give us just your overall thoughts and feelings on the situation with Chucky and the outcome here.
He's a loser. Honestly, he's a loser. And let me get something straight. I heard it all day via radio. I need to see the emails. I need to see more of the emails. I don't need to see anything. What you described is disgusting. What you described is someone that I don't want to support. And you know what? is he even a real good coach? I mean, he brought the Bucks to the championship, but that was Tony Dungy's Bucks. I don't know how good he is. He doesn't have a good record with the Raiders, and I'm happy. Like I said in the beginning, he's disgusting. He's not a good coach. He's not a good person. You don't say that shit and think it's okay. And why would you send emails? I mean, he's just an idiot. I'm glad he's gone, and I'm glad he's never going to be hired again. Goodbye.
Okay. As soon as you said he's a loser, I was going to say, well said. On to Sacco. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
But now we are going to Sacco. Give me your take on this whole Gruden situation, saga, debacle. Call it what you will.
Well, yeah, I 100% agreed. Nick took the words out of my mouth. He was never a good coach. He took Dungy's team to the Super Bowl, and he got praised for it. And I'm all for the firing, but I want to see the next step taken with the Washington football team, because if this lets them off the hook, I don't like it, because what they've done too is brutal.
Yeah.
And it feels like the attention's taken away now to Gruden, and Gruden's going to be the scapegoat. You got to come down hard on the football team too if you're going to come down hard on Gruden. I mean, like Nick said, there is no time for that. I mean, you play football where it says "end racism" in the end zone, like.
And you're saying this shit in emails,
right?
Yeah.
It's
for years, for
at least a decade.
Say to your buddy, like, whatever, say something. But emails that can be tracked, and you're making I mean, I think he was just forced to step down. Obviously, Mark Davis probably said, just step down and or we're gonna have to fire you. And yeah, I mean, I never was a fan of him as a coach. And but NFL's got to make an example of this and move it to the Washington football team, because we're not going to exempt what they've done either. We're not going to forget about it.
Hell no.
No.
Hell no. No, like, they're going to get theirs. And I know there were people saying, like, okay, we heard what Gruden was saying. What was being said on the other side, whether it was Bruce Allen or somebody from the Washington football team? Like, were they encouraging this? Were they playing along with it? Were they doing this and that? And maybe that'll come out in the near future. They're in enough trouble as it is, and I hope they fucking hang. And I'm not saying that because I'm an Eagles fan. This shit hit me personally for so many reasons. Being part Native American myself and having to deal with them for years, like, it was easy to hate on the Redskins because I hated that fucking term. I hated that fucking term. That is a racial slur, y'all. I don't give a fuck what you say. I have literally been on a reservation and seen some hick call somebody that and watch them get pissed. Just like if you were in day-to-day life and you heard somebody of a certain color get called a certain word. So to me, I don't care if they spruced up a reservation. I don't give a fuck what they did. It's a racial slur, just like what Jon Gruden said. So that fucking hit me personally. I am never going to condone that shit, no matter where it comes from. I mean, if you watch my wrestling show, you see me with Grandma Wendy and I'm adopted brown, or you see me with Devin, or you see me with whoever. I treat everybody the way I want to be treated, and that's the way the world should be. But that's not how Jon Gruden sees it. On top of it, the other thing that hit me was, if you are a subscriber to this particular YouTube channel from day one, you probably already know this. And if you don't know, you're going to fucking learn tonight. I have a gay brother. I've had a gay brother. I've had my gay brother dancing behind me on an episode of my wrestling podcast with his fiance. I have a gay brother, and to hear him using that type of shit made me want to punch him in the face, because it was like you were saying it about my brother, and at that point, we got a fucking problem.
You're saying it about my cousin. I mean, there's no room for this, and I don't care. Don't blame it on me too. Don't blame it on the millennials. This should never happen. Years ago, 30, 70, 60, whatever. It should never happen. You never, ever say these kind of things. You shouldn't even really talk about it with your friends. You shouldn't. There's no room at all. Personal. I know there's a lot of locker room talk with the ex-president, and it's okay. No, it's not okay. This is not okay. You don't do it. Grow up. Realize that people are different. Realize that people are humans. Realize that we can be different, and that's okay.
Bingo.
Not only that, it disgusted me even further, because if y'all don't know this, one of the Raiders' defensive linemen, Carl Nassib,
Yeah.
actually came out
Now,
in the
right.
offseason and said I'm gay and I'm playing football. And
Yeah.
this was in the offseason after signing with the Raiders. And you know who one of the first people was to jump on it and say
Of
good
course.
for him and
Of course.
you know, talk him up and make it seem like he understood and accepted? John fucking Gruden.
Yeah.
And knowing damn well he was saying all this shit on the low.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, the Edge theme song. I thought I knew him. I don't.
Yeah.
I know you now, and I wish I never met you. You
Yeah.
are just all kinds of disgusting. What you did was beyond anything. I'm hoping there's a way that the Raiders and the NFL work it out so that you don't see a dime of the rest of that $100 million.
Yeah.
I hope you have to give the money back. Because
Yeah.
I'll go even further with what they said about what these guys said about Gruden as a coach. Yeah, he took Dungy's team to a Super Bowl. What
Yeah.
team did he beat? The team he
team.
was coaching, because he knew their fucking game plan. It was his game plan. His offensive coordinator took over as coach. You don't think Jon Gruden knew every play walking into that game, walking into that stadium?
Yeah.
He knew. And it was easy. He didn't even need Spygate. It was, I have the playbook right here. I'm coaching my guys off my old playbook from last year.
Yeah. And Dom, you're also forgetting the legends that were on that team.
Yeah, dude.
Derek Lynch, whatever, the safety. You got Warren Sapp. You got Mike Allstott.
Oh, John Lynch.
John Lynch. Yeah. You got
Derek Brooks.
You got Tiki Barber's brother. I mean, you had so many legends. Yeah. It's just like, okay, well, you took a good coach team. You know, you took legends that are, most of them are in the Hall of Fame or now, you know, GMs of different teams.
Yeah.
So screw
Even
you.
the team he was on had Tim Brown and Jerry Rice and all these guys. And so it wasn't like he was doing this tremendous coaching job. He was coaching Jerry Rice. You know?
Yeah.
And so, you know, it's like you weren't that great of a coach to begin with. I didn't think you were that great on Monday Night Football, and you certainly haven't done a lot with this Raiders organization since you came back. So I'm gonna double down on what Nikki said and just be like, good riddance. Like,
good day, sir.
You lose, you get nothing. Good day, sir.
There you go. You ugly motherfucker. Get out of here.
You nasty bastard. I hope.
Yep.
I hope you get trampled by a fucking pride parade. I swear to God.
That would be amazing.
All right. Well, I don't want this show to strictly be based on a place of hate.
Yeah.
So I want to go to a nice lighter topic because we as fans had a good week, and I think now we should just sit back and throw our fan hats on and have a little fun. It's time for hometown bias, y'all. And no offense to Sacco, but since you're outvoted, we're gonna start with the Eagles and the Carolina Panthers for Week 5. And I'll flat out say it. I loved the defense in this game. They had been absolutely absent for 2 weeks.
Terrible, yeah.
They were just like, we ain't even coming. It's in Philly. We don't care. We're going on the road. We're not getting on the plane. Fuck that.
Yeah.
You know, and this week they played a tremendous game. They had, 3 sacks, 3 interceptions. They made Sam Darnold look like Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
Which hasn't happened a lot this year. Even in the Cowboys game, he managed to have a pretty decent game, put up 28 points. In this one, he looked like the Sam Darnold we remembered from New York.
Yeah.
And that felt good. My biggest problem is the fact that, like, the last few weeks, we have not had the team show up in the same game. Like, Dallas, the offense was sputtering. The defense was out there for 75, 80% of the game. It just looked bad. Then Kansas City, we get in a shootout, and outside of some mistakes here and there, we managed to put up 30 points, and our defense did nothing. Absolutely fucking nothing. And then even in this game against Carolina, the defense was keeping you in it, but it took this amazing fourth quarter rally to get you over the hump and another defensive turnover just to seal the deal. Yeah. So I don't know if we're going to get it Thursday, but I'm looking for a total team effort here, folks. I don't give a shit if you're young. I don't give a shit if you make mistakes. I want to see both sides of the ball for 4 quarters. That's all I want.
Yeah.
Nikki from Philly, or not Philly. What do you?
South Jersey. Well, the defense was the best part, and I think the defense was the reason why we won a game. And I don't want to get all serious because we were serious for about 12 minutes, but there's some concern when it comes to play calling still to this day. It's just, I know he's a rookie. I get it. I know the offense and the defensive coordinator, they're still rookies. I get it. I understand it. It's just, it's a win. I'm happy. And we beat a pretty good team, right? Like, let's not forget that. That was a pretty decent team. And Sam Darnold, as much as he looked like, Darnold from the Jets, he still looked like a competitive quarterback. So I give the defense a lot of credit here. And Jake Elliott, what was it, 58 yards? I mean, that was pretty cool too.
Something like that. It was deep.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't want to be serious, but there is concern, but I'm happy.
And let's be real. It was a deep field goal on a week where, like, I swear the theme for the week was like, you got one job.
Yeah.
Kicker, you got one job. Yeah. You're not fucking doing it. Literally, I wrote it down. There were 26 missed field goals from Sunday to the Monday night game. There were 25 missed extra points.
Yeah.
In 15 games. That's almost to a fucking game of each.
Yeah. And Dom, I think one of the most serious things we have to look at is a running game. Sanders, what, like 40, 50 yards? Like,
let's see. Well, he went from 2 carries in the Dallas game to 7 carries in the Kansas City game. This one he got 11.
11. Okay.
So I guess my man's on the uptick, but he's still on my fantasy bench. I'll tell you that right now.
But what do you? I mean, from an outs, what do you like? I mean, Sanders is a key, right? Dom,
he should be.
Yeah,
he definitely should be. I mean, the backs alone should be some sort of force in the game. You can't have Jalen Hurts be your leading rusher every fucking week.
Yeah.
You know, as good as he is, and I think it kind of goes with the Cardinals and Kyler Murray too. Like, as good as they are as mobile quarterbacks, you don't want to get them hurt. You don't want to overuse them. You don't want to overextend them. So you got to add in a dose of the running game. Now, I think with Sacco's team, the Cardinals, they addressed it a little bit. They made Edmonds the starter. They brought in James Conner. They're using Kyler less in the run game. But with the Eagles, they seem to be using Jalen Hurts. You know, throw 40 times a game, run 15, 20 times a game. It's like, if you're going to put the ball in this guy's hands 60 times a game, the chances of him getting injured are going right through the roof. Yeah. And I know he's not small. I know he's tough. It doesn't have shit to do with it. Lamar Jackson is not small and he's tough. He still gets hurt. And you know why? Because you put the ball in his hand 50, 60 times a game and you leave the running backs out. You don't want to do that with a young quarterback. You don't want to do that with a guy that you don't have anybody behind, because let's say Jalen Hurts gets hurt. No pun intended. That's his last name. Let's say he gets hurt. Now you got to rely on Joe Flacco to run this offense that's based around Jalen Hurts with no Miles Sanders, no Kenneth Gainwell, no nothing.
And breaking news, Flacco isn't. Yeah, and breaking news, Flacco isn't mobile. So your point is right on. It's based on Hurts. It's not based on Sanders. It's not based on anyone else. There's some concern. A win is a win. I get it.
No, it's a win, and I'm happy. I'm very happy they won.
Yeah,
I was kind of mad through 3 quarters of that game, but by the end, I was losing my mind. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
but it just felt like, between the overuse of Jalen Hurts and then the fact that, again, went into this game with 1 starter healthy on our offensive line, 4 backups, 1 starter, and you don't bother running the ball. The easiest thing for an offensive line to do is run block, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So if you have 4 out of 5 guys coming off your bench every week, why wouldn't you run the ball? It's going to take the pressure off Hurts. It's going to control the clock, and then it's going to make it easier for some of the guys that we have to get open deep on play actions. Because you got guys like Rager and even this kid Quez Watkins. He has
that
speed.
catch.
He has speed, man. He can catch a swing pass and go 90 yards, just outrun everybody. That guy is a burner. Let him burn.
Yeah. Burn, baby, burn.
Okay. I feel bad we're leaving Sacco out of this. So
you guys aren't bad. From an outsider's view, you guys hung with Kansas City. You were a defensive stop for winning that game. I mean,
yeah.
you have a brutal schedule. You beat a
It
good
really
Carolina. You beat a good Carolina team. I mean, and you were respectable versus Kansas City. I mean,
Yeah.
you're right there. I mean, you have
Yeah.
a rookie head coach.
Keep on saying it. Come on. What else?
Even
we
that
got?
even that 49ers game, we pretty much cost ourselves
You
that
should have
game.
you should have beat the Niners. And I mean, it is. I mean, and you made Atlanta look silly. Atlanta's going out there beating teams. Are they that bad? I mean,
They don't look that bad. Maybe
they don't look that
defensively,
bad,
but
right?
they don't look that bad offensively. We held them to 6 fucking points. So there is not one other team in this league right now that has held Atlanta to 6 points.
Right.
Not one. Not even the Bucks.
Right. They went down and scored.
So I'll go back to what Nick and I were talking about. The potential is there. You got to put it together.
Is that the word of the week?
It's kind of like it's going to be the word for the Eagles until they do something. It's kind of, again, I'm since we're in hometown, but it's kind of like the Cardinals when they drafted Kyler. Like, the potential was there.
Yeah.
You had this great mobile quarterback. You had some receivers between, Larry and crew, and then you had, a couple of backs that showed some promise. Even Adrian Peterson and Kenyon Drake looked good in Arizona.
Right.
And you thought, man, the potential is here. And now that they've built the roster up, gotten Kyler a little more comfortable, taking some of the pressure off of him, now you see what they're doing. Yeah. I feel like the Eagles are heading in that direction. At least I hope. At least I hope, because I can't take.
So you're telling me, from somebody that's in a dynasty football league, fantasy football league, that has Jalen Hurts, to hang on to him? Is he the future?
Yeah, I have him. He's on my bench, but I have him.
Right.
I also have Justin Herbert, so I'm a hometown guy, but I'm not a moron. Justin Herbert starting. Right. Jalen Hurts is sitting on the bench.
Right. It's a two quarterback dynasty league, and I have 3 on the roster. I have Murray and Burrow, who start majority of the time, but a lot of Eagles fans knock on my door for Jalen Hurts. And I haven't got the offer that I wanted, but I'm afraid that it's going to backfire because the Eagles have so much draft capital. Yeah, they're not going to make Hurts the guy. That's what I'm worried about. But it's way too early in the season to make that call.
Yeah, it's way too early to tell. And he's produced, so
what? Right, he hasn't played with one line. There's not a lot around.
With what? He doesn't have much of a running game. His offensive line is gone. He's got young receivers all around him. Now Dallas Goedert tests positive for COVID, so he's probably not going to be there Thursday.
Yep.
And that's just going to make things even harder. But regardless of the circumstances, he's actually going out and produced. If they get one more touchdown called back by some stupid fucking penalty, I swear to God.
Don't even want to talk about it.
We lead the league in penalties and called back touchdowns. Look it up, folks.
Yeah.
But let's get out of this. Let's get out of this, because I know we could go all night on this. Let's break into this Cardinals game, because there were a few people, a few sports personalities, whether it's NFL Network or ESPN, that said, that still said to this day, can the Cardinals win ugly? Like, they're flashy, they're very finesse, they're this, they're that, but can they win ugly? I kind of think they won an ugly game against San Francisco. Would you agree with that, Sacco?
I definitely agree. I mean, like my buddy, I watched it with my buddy who's a Niner fan, and I straight up told him, I was like, yeah, played us, bro. You deserve to win that game. I said, we won the game ugly. And years past, Cardinals don't win that game. Cardinals don't beat Jacksonville week 2 and we came back and won. Old Cardinals lose that game.
Yeah.
I mean, but we're vulnerable. We're going to Cleveland, and talk about running the ball. That's a team that makes Baker Mayfield. I'm not a Baker fan at all, and they take the pressure off Baker Mayfield by running the ball and not making him do them. But
I forgot we had like the remix of the Red River Shootout with Kyler against Baker.
in Cleveland. And Chandler Jones tested positive too. So
damn. So, I thought I saw something about that coming.
Damn.
Yeah, Chandler tested positive. He's a pass rush, and they're just gonna. And Niners. I mean, We always play rookie quarterback. Last year we ran into the Tua show. Tua made his debut, and
Yeah.
now we ran into Trey Lance. Trey Lance, I don't think the Niners can go back to Jimmy Garoppolo. I think they got to stick with the kid.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they might be this week, but it's because
It's a bye week. It's a bye week.
Well, there's a bye week, and then they said
Yeah.
Lance has some kind of
A
sprained
sprained
knee.
knee. Yeah.
But if
Of
they were
course.
gonna go with the switch, this would be the time to do it because you got them to start, then you have a
Yeah.
bye week, then you come in, and
Yeah.
you could really work with this kid and get him reps. So that's going to be interesting to watch too.
Yeah.
But not to go off top his hometown bias.
No, you're good. You're good.
You're right. Nobody thought we could win ugly. There's a lot of pressure on Cliff. Cliff has made some serious strides from last year to this year.
Yeah.
To closing out football games. I mean, that Rams game 2 weeks ago, he was flawless.
Yeah. I mean, we did the too soon picks for like MVP, Coach of the Year, that kind of stuff. I gave my Coach of the Year to Cliff Kingsbury.
Right.
He's doing a tremendous job this year, and he's got that team ready. They're extremely talented. I think y'all found a gem in Rondale Moore. Oh my God. Holy shit. That catch that he made on the sidelines that they called incomplete. And then they didn't even go to the booth. The refs got together and they were like, no, he got his toes down right there. I saw it.
Yeah.
You did? Oh yeah. Are you sure? There's no way. Oh yeah, he was in. It was incredible. Okay. It's a completion. First down. Like they didn't bother waiting for challenge flags. They didn't go to the booth. Nothing. They just got together on the sideline. They're like, did he really catch that shit? Yes, he did. Oh shit. Okay, complete. First.
Yeah.
And it's opened up a lot more for Christian Kirk in the contract here. Fitzgerald stepping away has really helped Christian Kirk evolve.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I love Fitz. I miss him, but
it was time to go.
Yeah, without him there, Christian Kirk in the contract year has been fantastic. And AJ Green, I mean, what a signing that was.
Yeah, that's they got rid of Fitzgerald. I mean, they didn't get rid of Fitzgerald; he retired. But getting AJ Green, having Christian Kirk, kind of develop, and then Rondale Moore on top of that.
Yeah,
I did feel a little bad for Max Williams. He looked pretty jacked up off that hit he took to the leg. Like you could see on the replay, half of his leg just buckled. Like
where did Julio go? Didn't he go to the Cardinals?
Tennessee.
Okay. Good night.
Yeah, he's injured. He's injured as usual. But he's in Tennessee. But yeah, he hasn't done much.
We went there week one, a game that we probably shouldn't have won, and we thumped them.
Do we play each other?
We do play each other in December at the end of the year, I think.
All right.
Shit. We really do have a shitty schedule this year, man. What the fuck? We only won like 4 or 5 games last year, right? What the fuck's with the Murderers Row schedule?
We play
we'll give you 2 wins against Washington at the end of the year. Gee, thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, we do. We definitely play you because we finished third in our division. So did you guys.
Yeah, amazingly, because the Giants were worse.
Yeah.
You guys come down Arizona.
Don't worry, we're on the schedule for the Tom Brady revenge tour. He's got us next on Thursday.
We're gonna have to talk about that like imminently. Don't fucking remind me.
He's on the revenge tour. He plays us, and then I think the Giants.
And by the way, since
right.
I know he's not here, but we've had Devin on a couple of times, so I got to give a shout out to him and the hometown Bears because they put a nice showing together against the Raiders, who might have been a little distracted. Let's be real, might have been a little distracted, but at the same time, they put together a nice showing. Fields look good, and Khalil Herbert might be one of those fantasy guys. I picked up Damian Williams, but Khalil Herbert, their backup, might be one of those fantasy sleepers on the waiver wire if anybody's looking. So,
and I just want to apologize. Yeah, Devin, I just want to apologize. I picked the Bears last week. I won't do it again. Or I didn't pick the Bears. My bad.
I know. Neither did I. We both picked the Raiders. We're like, they'll bounce back. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
They got bounced from their own building. It was sad, y'all.
It was sad. Yeah, I love the Bears. I mean, I love the Raiders that game. I didn't think twice about it.
Well, we didn't know it was going to be one of the darkest times of the Raiders,
Right? Who would have?
Jesus.
God damn. But I don't want to jump right into these picks because I know the game we're going to have to talk about first. So So in order to avoid that pain for a few more minutes, let's try to do a few fill in the blanks here for week 5 before we jump to week 6. And the first question is blank is the best quarterback in the NFL through 5 weeks. And I'll start with Sacco because he waited so patiently while we were talking about the Eagles. Go ahead, man.
Josh Allen.
Whoa.
That is
Josh
a good
Allen.
pick. And clearly not
up.
hometown bias. I like that.
Yeah, he showed up on Sunday night.
Boy, did he ever.
The Chiefs have come back to earth, have they? Have teams caught up to them?
They crash landed to earth and like went through the ground. And Josh Allen helped just drive them a little further.
I mean, it's funny that I'm saying Josh Allen because I just got to ask my customer, Herbert or Josh Allen. I without a doubt said it's close, but I'd probably take Herbert. But
yeah,
it's so close. I mean,
I feel like either way you're in good. You know, it's almost why not both?
Yeah.
Right, because
you got a 2-quarterback league. Why not both? Like you got Herbert and Burrow. That's a killer combo.
Yeah. I mean, it's just the Buffalo. It's great to see Buffalo winning because we grew up and they sucked. I mean,
I'm old enough to remember. I'm old enough to remember those teams that lost like 4 straight Super Bowls. The K-Gun offense, Marv Levy, all that good stuff, and they were great. And then there was just a lot of shit in between. So it's nice to see that the Bills Mafia has something to finally hear about. Like that coming, there's been some years for us too. So I feel your pain.
Yeah, Josh.
I mean, we were like the Buffalo Bills of the NFC. We just couldn't get out the championship game.
That is very true.
Speaking of Eagles and championships, let's go to Nick next. Blank is the best quarterback in the league through 5 weeks.
I want to say Tom Brady. I really do because he still looks amazing. I mean, I don't know if this guy knows the word aging. He looks great. But he has a lot of weapons. He does. Let's be honest.
True.
Brown, Evans, Godwin, Fournette. I mean, the defense isn't playing amazing, but it's still playing pretty well.
Now he's missing Gronk, so remember that.
Yeah. He's missing. But you know what? But even Brates, he steps up. Cameron Brates steps up, and he played a hell of a game. But I got to go with what Sacco said earlier today to one of his customers, Justin Herbert. This guy, he has weapons too. He has weapons.
Does.
Williams, Allen, Eckler. I mean, they look good.
Jared Cook. And then even that tight end they got from the XFL has caught touchdowns in back-to-back weeks.
XFL.
Yeah.
Shout out to Donald Parham, man.
I stole Mike Williams in fantasy as a sleeper. Like nobody thought of him, and he's been a godsend, bro.
He was there for me in the late rounds, like one pick before me, and the dude took him. I was like, I'll fucking cut you because I had Herbert, so I thought I could pair him up. Stack.
Yeah.
He's been out of control from
But this is Herbert's second year, sophomore slump.
Yeah.
He
played 15 games last year and now 5 this year. So the sophomore slump is like you can quit that shit.
Yeah. It's just so impressive and so good to see someone like this because you can look all over the league. I mean, I'll say it. I'm an Eagles fan. It hurts. He's struggling. He looks good, but he's nothing like Herbert. 398 yards, 4 touchdowns. I mean, he was spreading the ball.
And he had a rushing touchdown.
Yeah. I mean, it's so refreshing to see a quarterback like this. He still has freaking pimples on his face. He's not fully mature and he's kicking ass. I want to say Tom Brady because he's a legend, but I'm going with Herbert here. This guy is just so fun to watch. And the NFL it's known for the veterans, the Veterans League. It's always about Tom Brady. It's always about Russell Wilson. It's always about these guys that have been playing for a long time. But when a rookie steps up like this, like Mike Trout, like Bryce Harper, like you see in MLB, you see in the NBA, you see all these rookies and these younger talents step up. It's so good to see. Not that the NFL needs more ratings, not the NFL needs more money, but Herbert looks good. And I had him last year. I wish I had him this year, but that's my pick, man. Herbert is so good.
It's a great pick. I mean, I have him this year. I kept him after last year, and
Yeah.
I'm happy for that. If it weren't for Lamar Jackson, I would have blown my opponent away. I was like, I got a 70-point lead, and Lamar Jackson's the only one he's got left. I'm almost lost. It's like, the fuck, Lamar? When did you start throwing for 400 yards? When did that happen?
Seriously.
But I mean, they're both great picks. And I was going to go with Herbert or Brady, but the weapons are just everywhere. Like, that's the thing. Yeah, there's some pretty damn good quarterbacks, but when you look at their offenses, you kind of see why. So with all that, I don't know if it's going to be a shock, but I kind of lean towards Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Because when you look at the weapons around him, like, he's got Devontae Adams. Yeah, he's got Aaron Jones. That's it. That's all, folks. He doesn't have, like, 3 receivers in Gronk. He doesn't have Williams and Allen and Eckler and Parham and Cook and all that. He's got 1 receiver and 1 running back. And I know week 1 sucked, but since then he has been on fire. He has looked as good as he's ever looked. And this is the reigning MVP. Yeah. And if you look around the league, there's probably better offenses. Most offenses are better than Green Bay's. Like, they have more weapons. Yeah. They have better offensive lines, but they don't have Aaron Rodgers, so they're not in contention.
Yeah. And Dom, this is also his revenge tour as well. Like, he's playing to prove to the Packers, hey, screw you.
He's playing for 2 things. He's playing for revenge, and he's playing for that next contract. And that makes him even more dangerous. Okay.
Yeah. He's killing me, because Randall Cobb signed there in the offseason, and they completely took Alan Lazard out of that offense.
Yeah. They did.
It's killing me in Dynasty, because when he produced last year and I won, I was deep. He doesn't even he throws it to Cobb. If he's not throwing there,
Aaron Rodgers wanted him. That was one of the few things he got from the Packers. He wanted Randall Cobb. He got him back. So, now it's, sorry, young receivers, go back to the bench. I don't like some of those guys. Like, like Valdez Scantling, I know he got hurt, but he had some talent, and he was, and the guy you brought up, Sacco, he was good too. And
Alan Lazard,
Alan Lazard, sorry. Yeah. Long day, y'all.
he's just absolutely killing me, though. I have no depth now, and I'm just. And Diggs, and Diggs is a mirror of himself last year.
Yeah.
I mean, he went off last year.
That's the thing. Even Buffalo's offense got some more weapons with Sanders to add to Cole Beasley, and now Diggs, and Dawson Knox is catching touchdown bombs, and they got 2 backs, and you're like, okay, like, even that offense has more talent on it than Green Bay's, but still, Aaron Rodgers is right there with the best of them, and you're just like, damn. You don't even need
it's incredible.
You don't even need to show up. You have 1 bad game, and you're just like, I'm an MVP for him now. We're good. Yeah. We're good. Don't worry about it. Relax.
Could he be considered like the comeback player? I mean, I know he did it to himself. He retired.
I don't think that's how it works. I don't think that's how it works. I think you actually have to stay out for a year.
Yeah.
Like,
you
Brett
can't
Favre
be the
was
MVP.
comeback player of the year, but like, he retired. And then he stayed out, and then he came back with the Jets, and then he got come back. Aaron Rodgers was like, I might retire. And then they caved on it a little bit, and he was like, all right, I guess I'll come back. That doesn't really work that way.
No. But, dude, that's a good pick, Tom. Aaron Rodgers. I forgot about him. I even said it when I picked Herbert. I said there's so many veterans that you can see nowadays still producing. Oh, yeah. I forgot about Rodgers, man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I was going to say it's either him or Jameis Winston. No, I'm totally kidding.
Eating W's over there.
Serving up turnovers.
Yep.
And crab legs.
Yep.
Never forget. All right, so the next fill in the blank question. Blank was my game of the week from week 5. My bad, y'all. And I'm gonna start this one off, and I'm gonna start off with the game that I just finished watching. That was the Monday night game, because not only was it, this tremendous comeback, everybody talks about rivalries, right? There's a rivalry game. Even talk about how, like, when Cleveland goes up against Baltimore, they're going to play the team that left them.
Yeah.
So was Baltimore last night, and people tend to forget that now because we moved on from it. Now that Cleveland moved to Baltimore, all of a sudden, no, it's still a rivalry game because you're playing the team coming into your building that used to be in your state, and you kick them right the fuck out in overtime and send them home with a loss. And you send them home with a loss where Lamar Jackson throws for like 400 some odd yards and 4 touchdowns, and I don't know if that's ever happened.
Yeah.
I was crying watching that game. Like, no more fantasy points, please. I need a win.
Yeah.
But it was amazing. I mean, even Carson Wentz, outside of a fumble, a couple of plays here and there, he looked tremendous. I have not seen him throw deep in years. And he hit Pittman or whoever with that 42-yard bomb. And I was like, you can still do that? Holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah. 2 broken ankles, banged up wrist.
It was a great game. Something. At least when the kicker was missing field goals, he had a reason because he fucked his hip up in the warm-ups or some shit. At one point, the punter was out there kicking field goals. I don't know what that even was, but it just added to the numbers of kickers. You have one goddamn job. Like I almost picked Green Bay and Cincinnati, but it was like. Towards the end of the game in the overtime, nobody wanted to win. Just like, we're going to miss a field goal. We're going to miss a field goal. Cincinnati's kicker misses a fucking field goal and starts celebrating like he made it. Like, what happened? You missed. That's what happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, I gotta. There were some good games, but for me, none was better. None was better than that Monday night game. Nick, what do you have for blank was my game of the week 5?
If I was a Hollywood director, I would say the Colts versus the Ravens. I think that was so entertaining. I mean, you can't write that any better. The kickers, Carson Wentz. I mean, Lamar Jackson, he looked like he got hurt 3 or 4 different times. I mean, it was such a good game. The most competitive, it's got to go to the Chargers and the Browns. That was a competitive game. That was a really good game. Again, Herbert stepped up. Baker looked good. Yes, he has some weapons, but he's proven to all the haters, including you, Sacco, that he's a complete player. He is really good, but entertaining. Colts, Ravens, Chargers. I'm going to go with the Chargers, Browns. Yeah. It was a really good competitive game. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, that's the kind of game I like to watch. There were so many shitty games on. If you don't have. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to say, who doesn't like 89 points and over 1,000 yards of total offense in one day, one game? One game, no overtime, just 4 quarters, 89 points, 1,000 yards of offense.
Yeah. Well, here in South Jersey, I mean, we didn't get good games on CBS and Fox, so I was waiting for that Monday night game, dude. Unbelievable, really was, was.
Yeah, this is why it's worth paying for the Red Zone channel if you got the option, because I will sit back and watch that all day. And I'm like, are you seeing this shit? I am.
Yeah.
The witching hour.
Oh, the witching hour, where wins turn into losses and losses turn into wins.
It wins. Hanson loves
I love that shit.
Dude,
give me that. And I miss the Mannings on Monday Night Football. Can we get the Mannings back on Monday Night Football, please? What are you doing, Peyton and Eli? Where are you?
Where were they this week?
Yeah,
they've been going for like 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
They watched that Eagles-Cowboys game. They were like, we're done. This is horrible.
You know what? I think it was.
Did Eli get them thrown off for throwing up the double bird on national TV?
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's not very entertaining. I mean, they know their stuff, so that's really interesting to see. So maybe they're looking back and saying, this is what we do well, and this is what we could be doing better because
they're watching their own film.
Yeah, because McAfee, when he's on, he's good. When they have guests like Gronk and all them, that's really interesting. So, I mean, I'm hoping they're going to come back. But as an Eagles fan, I can't watch Monday Night Football, the Mannings. I have to watch the game on ESPN if the Eagles are
even
playing.
As an Eagles fan, I'm watching and I'm like, this is, even my wife said, she's like, I don't know why, but this is so fucking compelling. I'm like, right?
Yeah, that's true.
All right, Sacco, blank was my game of the week for week 5. What you got?
I'm going to go under the radar. I'm not under the radar, but off the radar a little bit. I'm gonna go with Vikings Lions
Okay.
Oh yeah,
because
that
the
was-
Lions once again. How close could you be to a
Yeah.
victory? And I mean, just
I
think about
know.
them. They're in every game this year.
Yep.
Every game.
I know, and the crazy part is you can say the same thing about the Vikings.
Yeah. I mean, they
They're a handful of plays away from being undefeated, and they have a losing record. The Lions haven't won a game, and they've been in most of them.
Yeah.
Most of them.
66-yard field goal beat them.
Yep.
A 66. And
They've
I'm
set
like,
history already this year because no team has ever lost to a 50-plus yard game-winning field goal twice in one season, and they've done it twice in 5 fucking weeks.
Yeah,
That's
I guess I would be crying too.
Yeah.
Wasn't the coach crying?
Yeah,
He
Dan
was.
Campbell was crying at the
He was like,
press
it's gonna
conference.
change. It's gonna change. I promise you.
Yeah.
These guys
And-
fight. They fight.
This was not.
And they
this was
do.
not the To moment that I made fun of,
Yeah.
where he was crying like, "That's my
That's my
teammate.
quarterback.
That's my quarterback." You know, this was actually kind of a touching moment when he started crying about his players and their efforts
Yeah.
and everything else. I was like,
Damn.
change this. I can't watch.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They're in every game. You think about it, they should beat the Packers. They had the
Yeah.
Packers on Monday night. They're right in that
Yeah.
game.
They had that furious comeback against the 49ers and pulled up.
Oh
short
my!
again.
Yeah, and then Hawkins.
Then they had the
since
66-yard doink against the Ravens that went in. Or was
Yeah.
it 68? I can't even remember.
It was a 68-yarder.
68, because 66 was the old record. That's right. And then Minnesota, they get beat last minute on a field goal after going
He goes for
taking the
two.
lead. Yeah.
He goes for two. I'm like, well, what a call. You have nothing to lose, and he gets it. I'm like, all right, they deserve to win this game. And Cousins, boom, boom. I'm like, oh my.
Yeah, 2-3 plays later, game-winning field goal, done, go home, and
yeah,
it was
I mean,
no, you're not wrong about this
fantastic.
game though. It was tragic, and that's what made it so good.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to be there. I could have said the same games as you guys because
No, I like it. I like it. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm with you.
Yeah.
As sad as that was, it was worth
a
being
division
given.
rival, and it came down to
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, the Lions. Imagine being a Lion fan, bro.
I can't even right now.
That's why I have a heart
Yeah.
for Stafford, but he's on the Rams. So
Yeah.
I can't root for his ass, but man, that dude deserves to win something.
Yeah.
He deserves to win something, man.
Yeah.
How
I mean,
the
like,
hell? How the hell are they still on Thanksgiving? By the way. Oh my
It's
God!
tradition, you know.
Yeah.
You sit around, you wait for turkey, you watch the Lions lose. It's tradition.
It is. Yeah.
Jesus Christ! How the hell are they on?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
It's the only thing I got, man. I don't know what else to say.
There's nothing. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad we
all-
got these laughs in because I feel like the pain is about to start because we put it off as long as we can. We can't avoid it anymore. We got to get into these week 6 picks, and we got to start with the Thursday game. And I don't want to, but we got.
Yeah.
We have
you straight up pick them, by the way.
Yeah, what we do is we straight up pick a winner, and then if we agree, we all pick a score for the game because we'll get, if we all agree, we get a bonus point for closest to basically total points from the game. Because like last week, Nikki and I made our picks, and oh man, it came down to the Monday night game.
Who won?
I edged him out because I was closer on the score.
Damn
to the
you.
total score. I beat
Come
him
on, Mickey.
It was 17-16, me.
Oh man, back-to-back weeks.
And overall, between him and I in 2 weeks, since he wasn't here for the first, I got 31 points. Nick has 27. Devin didn't show up for well, dipped early in week 2 or in week 4. My bad. So he's got 18 points.
Yeah.
so
He's playing. Devin's
Sacco
playing
will
the.
catch up to him like.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're about to find out how good I am. Real
So
quick.
Devin-
we've got.
Devin's
my
playing the
God.
Roman Reigns card. He shows up when he needs to.
Yeah, last time he showed up, he stayed for 20 minutes, that acknowledged me, and then he dipped. But we love him for it because that's Devin. And he'll be back. No worries, guys. That's the joy of the Syndicate. But yeah, Jesus, we've got what? The 4-1 Tampa Bay Buccaneers going into Philadelphia to play the 2-3 Philadelphia Eagles on Thursday Night Football. And I can't start this. I'm gonna let Sacco do it because I know Nick and I are both invested. Let's see where you go with this game first, and I'll go from there.
You guys, obviously Tampa Bay is getting picked here, guys, but I expect it to be a good football game, and the Eagles are going to give you moments to be proud of, guys. I mean,
Jesus, okay.
I don't see. I mean, what is it? A 7-point spread in Vegas?
I think so. Yeah. I haven't really checked.
That's way too high. The Eagles will come in 7 points.
Oh wow. All right. Well, I know at least I agree with you. So give me a score when you're done with this. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna do scores.
All right. I'm gonna give you a 38-34 Bucks victory.
Wow.
Nice. Yeah, that would make me kind of proud. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I see Tampa winning this game. I kind of see this game as something close to what we saw when Kansas City rolled through, where because the Bucs defense has not been the same this year at all. Even we talked about Richard Sherman coming in and the impact he would make, and it hasn't seemed like he's made much of one yet.
Yeah,
because they just keep giving up points left, right, and center. Even when they got into a defensive game with the Patriots, they were lucky to hold on. But Philly's got weapons. They can take advantage of some of the injuries on the Patriots defense, which is the Bucs defense. My bad. Which is it's actually adding up. Like Antoine Winfield is going to miss this. They've got a couple of extra linebackers that might be out this week on top of everybody else. So I'm going to say Tampa, and I'm going to give it kind of the KC score. I'm going to say 42-30.
Damn.
I'm going to give it the exact same score. I think it's going to be the same damn game. We're going to be like, yeah, there's potential, but god damn it.
Potential. You said it. The word of the week.
Drink.
Where's the flashing lights?
Beers.
Okay. I'm going to go 31-17. As much as the defense is playing well, and as much as it seems like we're getting better every week, I mean, you brought it up jokingly about Sanders, but he's truly getting better. He's getting more touches, so I like it. I think we can score some points, but Tom Brady is on the revenge tour. He looks too good to be as old as he is, so I got the Bucs 31-17.
I don't even think it's a revenge tour. I think it's Tom Brady is on the Ric Flair tour. He's like, I ain't dead yet, motherfucker. And he's just out there tossing touchdowns like another 5-touchdown game. How the fuck are you doing this, Tom? What do you want?
Yeah, it's incredible. It really is. He is the GOAT.
I mean, I might not like him very much, but I respect the hell out of him. And Tom Brady is amazing.
He's the GOAT.
I think he's good. The last record he'll break, he'll be the oldest player to start a game. He's going to break like George Blanda's old NFL record. He would need like 4 more years at this point to get there, and I think he's going to do it. So,
all right, well, the pain's over, guys.
Write it down, y'all.
Now, surgery's over.
Yeah. I'm glad we ripped the Band-Aid off of that one because it would have hurt to stuck around too long on that. And the next game, well, I don't remember another season where we had back-to-back games in London, but we have exactly that this week. We have the Miami Dolphins and Jacksonville Jaguars in London at Tottenham Arena.
Urban Meyer's definitely missing the flight back.
Yeah. Is he going to get a lap dance from a British girl this time? Yeah.
He's going to think it's Trevor Lawrence. He's going to tell his wife it's Trevor.
Jesus.
You almost had me spitting in mid-swallow. Fuck.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, that was good. Okay.
We gotta make a pick here.
Now that you made me laugh my ass off,
Yeah.
Sacco, go ahead and make the pick because I'm dead.
Yeah, sweetie, I was just babying the quarterback.
Yeah, I was just reviewing the playbook.
Yeah.
I'm going with. Jaguars are a mess. Dolphins
Yeah,
are
no way.
Dolphins are an alright football team that hit the injury bug.
They might be
Yeah.
getting Tua back too. By the way,
Yes,
he just came off injured reserve, and they're going to see if he can practice once they get to England. So
right, anything could have freaking happened in England over the seas, but the Dolphins take this one.
Yeah,
We got to pick a score if we all agree. Yeah?
I think so.
I'll say give me a score because I'm pretty sure I agree with you.
We're going overseas. Dolphins win 27-13.
Okay.
27-13. All right. Yeah, I do agree with you. I mean, we don't know if Tua's coming back yet, and I know the Dolphins defense hasn't been exactly the same, but the Jags, they're still if the Eagles are young, the Jags are in their infancy. Like everybody on that team is like rookie first year, rookie coach. You know, like rookie coach that's getting lap dances at bars in Ohio. Like, and the only reason we're not talking about him is because of Jon Gruden's bullshit. Let's be real.
It's unbelievable.
It is.
And so I don't think it'll make much of the only thing that make a difference between Tua and Jacoby Brissett might be the score. But so I'm trying to think of, something in between. I will definitely take the Dolphins. I'm going to say 20-10.
Okay.
And we're going to go to Nick, which you got the Dolphins too, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't want to say two crappy teams because the Dolphins do look like they're going somewhere, unlike the Jaguars. So it's going to be competitive. I'm going to go 24-14 Dolphins.
Okay. Yeah, I already tried that streak breaker when I said, rookie quarterbacks were like 0-4 in London and Zach Wilson was going to be the guy. And he almost was. If they played in the first half, he might have been. But I don't see Trevor Lawrence, a.k.a. Sunshine, being the one to break that streak. I just don't.
Yeah.
Sunshine. Oh, man.
Remember the Titans, y'all.
It's just Urban Meyer catches the flight back with the team.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just pray somebody grabs Urban Meyer after the game and just drags him to the plane. Just get on. We don't need another video. Go.
Yeah.
Your wife's got the papers drawn up. Go.
Yeah.
All right,
honey, he's just the quarterback.
It's just I thought it was Trevor Lawrence. I really did.
Yeah. Let's get some different picks here. Let's give tougher games. Let's go.
I don't know if this is a tougher game, but it's definitely interesting just considering what we've seen. And it's the Kansas City Chiefs, who are now 2-3 after that horrible delayed game against Buffalo.
Yeah.
Going into Washington to take on the football team. And I gotta say, the Chiefs have definitely fallen off. That's a fact.
But so is the football team's defense.
I was just about to say that. So is Washington's defense. I mean, they were giving up Hail Marys to Jameis Winston last week. Like they weren't even on the field.
If I was on the show, I would have picked Washington.
I picked New Orleans for that exact reason. But I mean, I'm sitting there and I'm thinking it in my head. I'm hearing everybody from the old NFL primetime crew. What do you do? Knock it down. They don't even bother.
Unbelievable.
They don't even bother. Like they haven't come back from training camp either. So I'm gonna say Kansas City manages to win this one and even their record out. I don't know if I'm going to have to give a score, but I'm going to give it anyway. I'll say 30-21 because their defense isn't that hot either.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Nick.
Let's see what you got in this one.
Yeah, I mean, losing against the Bills is demoralizing for the Chiefs. I don't see them losing here. I mean, it would be incredible to even see the football team competing. They're not that good, and they're not going to compete against the Chiefs. So I'm going to say 44-17, the Chiefs. I think they're going to kick ass. Yeah, honestly, I mean, You don't lose against the
Ooh.
Bills, and they played well against the Bills too. Yes, Reed made some mistakes. Yes, Mahomes made some mistakes, and the running game wasn't as good as it
I
should
can't
be.
believe it. I thought I was going to throw up the biggest 40 burger on the night with the Eagles
No.
game, but he came back
No.
even bigger. Wow.
No, they just don't look good. I mean,
Wow.
Sacco brought it up. I mean, the defense, the only promising thing in Washington right now, is there. It's not there. It's just,
Oh yes, I mean,
you got a point.
I know. Thank you.
even after
But
even after last week, they're giving up like 31 points a game. So
Yeah.
but Kansas City has not covered a spread all year, and they're laying 7.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
So that leads me into my pick. Obviously, I like the Chiefs, but this
Yeah.
game is going to be way closer.
Take
than
it away,
Nick's
Sacco.
prediction.
Jesus.
It's going to be way closer to 44-17. It's going to be like a 36-31 kind of game.
Jesus.
Washington
wow.
has a Heineken as a serviceable
Heineken,
quarterback.
not a beer.
Heineken.
I like Heineken better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Terry McLaurin is one of the top 10 receivers in the league.
Oh my God, top 5.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Even
even
Gibson, their running back, is
right.
kind of flashy. Like he has his moments.
And how can
And
you
the
not
Chiefs-
want to go ahead? Sorry.
And the Chiefs cannot stop nobody.
No,
Cannot
They
stop
can't-
nobody.
it would not surprise
so-
me if Steve Spagnuolo gets fired, regardless of the outcome of this game. Like if they
Yeah.
give up the kind of points they've continuously given up,
Yeah.
and this defense looks that bad, I would be surprised if he gets fired again.
Yeah.
Right, I would look at Washington's team total over. They're going to go over, and Washington's going to lose this game, of course, but it's going to be closer than people think.
Okay.
I
can see it. I can see it
just wanna-
happening.
I just want to be different. Get a game that we can disagree on.
I know. I wish, but I
That's
don't
true.
think we're going to disagree on this one either because we've got the
we go.
Rams. The Rams of all teams sitting at
Good
4-1, going
Playing
into the Meadowlands to play the New York Giants without God knows how many starters at this point.
Yeah.
Like we're not sure about Daniel Jones, Saquon Barkley gone, Kenny Golladay gone. Sterling Shepard, maybe. Darius Slayton, no. And then
Yeah.
even Kadarius Toney, who has stepped up and been kind of that, fantasy sleeper and
Yeah.
produced. Now he's got an ankle injury. They're not going to suspend him for throwing a punch in Dallas, but they're not sure he's going to play either.
Yeah.
So, it might be Mike Glennon going against the Rams with no
Jeez.
receivers.
Yeah.
This might be a bloodbath, fellas.
Yeah,
Even
like
though-
I'm taking the Rams in this one. Spoiler alert. I don't know
Yes.
about you guys, but
Yeah.
Spoiler alert! How many points are the Rams putting up, bro? That's the only thing I'm interested in.
man, I mean, just considering
This
what
is
they
gonna be a
might have
grand
on
round
offense.
bloodbath.
You know what? I'm gonna go back to the biggest 40 burger. I'm gonna say the Rams win 45-13.
Damn. Damn.
I'm laying it out there.
I got the Rams 41, Giants 10.
Rams 41,
Damn.
Giants 10. Okay.
I do not see Giants scoring the ball with
Yeah.
whoever's out there.
I took 1 point over Nicky's biggest 40 burger. That's my second
Yeah.
one of the night. we
Here
picked
we go.
4 games.
He's about to go 48-3 right here. Watch.
No.
I'm just waiting for it. Do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
I honestly don't see the Giants scoring at all.
Wow.
At all. So I'm going to go 27-0.
Okay.
Their team is depleted, like you described. I mean,
It
how
is
many
beyond depleted.
how
Yeah.
many names did you name off in 5 seconds? I mean, there's
Oh,
so
God,
many.
6,
It's
7.
just- and they're just not a good team, even if they had Danny Dimes or whatever you want to call him. The
Yeah,
guy that
I mean-
trips over his own self,
True. I mean, Jones has definitely played better this year, but damn, they're banged up. Like, he
Yeah.
might clear concussion protocol. We don't know, but
It doesn't matter.
even if he does, then he's out there without, any
Mhm.
of his receivers. And,
Yeah.
Rams defense is is still pretty good. They're not as
Yeah.
good as they were last year, but they're still pretty damn good. Ask Russell Wilson
Yeah.
if you can find him on the sideline.
And even though the Rams won last year or last week, I still think they're out to prove themselves, like who they are. And this is a game that they're just going to take easily in the Meadowlands. Like, it doesn't matter where the Giants play, if it's home or away. They're not a good team.
Yeah, that is very true. And I don't know if this is a better game, but it's a more interesting game than some of these last couple.
Yeah.
The Minnesota Vikings coming off crushing Detroit's soul once again.
Yeah.
They go into Carolina to play the 3-2 Panthers, sitting at 2-3. And damn, this one's definitely interesting because McCaffrey might return.
Yeah.
Dalvin Cook might be back.
Yeah.
It could turn into a shootout, but I don't know. I guess I'm looking at it from a standpoint, like both defenses are okay. They're pretty good. Like Carolina's might be a little bit better. Two of the best running backs in the league when they're healthy. So you got to look at quarterbacks and receivers, and you got to give the edge to the Vikings in this one. Nothing against DJ Moore, nothing against Robbie Anderson, but you got Justin Jefferson, you got Adam Thielen, and you got Kirk Cousins, who up until last week maybe has had a damn good season. So I'm going to take the Vikings in a close one. I'm going to say 24-20.
Nice.
Sacco, who you got in this one?
Jeez. I'm gonna take a bounce back game from Carolina, and I'm gonna take the Panthers. Not to pick a score.
Yeah.
Nick says yeah, so I think he's going with him.
I'm gonna go 27-24 Carolina.
Nice.
27-24.
I was going to go 27-19 Carolina, so it's going to be a close game here.
Okay.
I agree with
either
Sacco.
I'm going to pull off the point in this one, or we're going to have to go to the scoreboard. It's one or the other.
I just think we played well against Carolina, but I think they're still a good team overall. I mean, the division is tough, and I think the Vikings, they do play well. And like you said, they have, key players, that still are producing, even though they've been there for a good amount of. Yeah, go ahead.
The thing that I'm not impressed about with Carolina is they got off to a fast start, but they got off to a fast start against some really bad fucking teams.
Yeah.
And then the last few weeks, they played a couple of, like the Cowboys are a very good team. The Eagles are a decent young team, and they lost both games.
They beat the Saints, though.
They did, but the Saints have even been up and down,
Saints are Jekyll and Hyde. You don't know what you're getting.
So they played.
That was a tough division game they won.
It was. I'm just saying that was probably the best win they had in the 3-0 start. Correct. And even the Saints are like I've even said they were Jekyll and Hyde on this in previous weeks. So, to see them play the teams like the Cowboys and the Eagles and come up on the short end of the stick, it's like, maybe when you get to that next level, we see who you really are. And the Vikings have hung in there with everybody. Absolutely everybody. Like they are literally, as I said, a handful of plays from being 5-0, and instead are 2-3.
We are who they thought they were. We let them off the hook.
I guess, yeah. I mean, you got Denny Green all over again. But it's going to be an interesting game. Now, this one is a genuinely good game.
Thank God.
Finally hit one.
Yeah.
The Los Angeles Chargers are going into M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore to take on the Ravens. These are two teams that one of us picked as game of the week 5, going head to head in week 6. I'm going to let Nick start because I can't remember the last time I did this. Who do you have in a matchup of what looks like two of the best teams in the AFC?
Yeah. Well, I'll say this. Lamar is a good quarterback, but he still makes some mistakes. And it seemed like Harbaugh won that game for them with the amount of plays he had, the amount of plays he called. He called a really good game. I wish we could say that about Sirianni, but he kept them in the game. He kept them competitive. I don't think you can stop the Herbert train right now. I think he's so good. He has so many weapons. I know Andrews had a really good game and he performed. And I know that the Ravens came back and that was a good game. But I don't see it here. I really don't. I think the Chargers are a legitimate contender for the Super Bowl. I know it's only week 6 now. I really think that is a true statement. So should I pick a score?
Yeah, you probably should.
Okay. It's going to be a competitive game, but I got the Chargers winning. Let's say 25-19.
Okay. And let's go to Sacco next. Who you got in this one, bud?
Short week, but they're at home, and that helps a lot. So I'm going to go with Baltimore.
Damn.
Wow. Okay.
And
So he's lone wolfing on this one like I did for the Vikings because that's what I was going to say. Short week.
But they're home. They don't have to travel.
At least they don't have to travel. But, they might be missing Sammy Watkins this week.
Yeah.
They've already got, I think they said 15, 16 players on the injured reserve. The Ravens have been so tough this year. And one of the things they've kind of struggled to do, which they typically haven't in the past, especially against the Colts, was run the ball. And that's kind of been the Chargers' weakness. See Dallas.
Yeah.
Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard had monster games against them and won in a close game.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Ravens can do that right now.
No.
Latavius Murray's look like shit. They've gone away from this Tyson Williams kid who they said, knew the offense and looked good in preseason. They have Devontae Freeman and they have Le'Veon Bell and they've done nothing. Freeman's been in the passing game. He was on Monday. That might be a wrinkle, but I just don't see them having enough to, especially defensively, to stop Herbert and that offense. So I'm going to take the Chargers, but it's gonna be a close game. I'm going to say, I'm going to say 24-20. And just leave it there. I thought maybe we disagree a little bit more, but at least we had one person step out.
Yeah.
And oh man, I don't even know what to make of this next game, to be honest, guys, because we've had talk about the Houston Texans, which are, if they're not a Jekyll and Hyde team, Davis Mills is a Jekyll and Hyde quarterback.
Yeah.
He went from a horrible ass game where he got shut out against the Bills to damn near beating the Patriots and throwing for 303 touchdowns. So they will be traveling to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. Short week. And I think we'll kick this one off with Sacco. Who you got between the Colts and Texans here?
It is a division game. And the Colts have looked very good despite their record. What their record shares. They have played the toughest schedule probably in the league.
Right.
And so I got Indianapolis blowing these respectable. Houston can score. I got 34-24 victory.
Okay, 34-24. Yeah, Indianapolis, I know I was describing the Vikings this way, but the Colts are damn near the same team. There may be two handfuls of plays and two ankles away from being undefeated.
Yeah.
No lie, their defense is pretty good. Their running game has got back, is slowly getting back to what it was. Carson Wentz has shown to be a pretty decent quarterback. Maybe not 2017 guy, but he certainly doesn't look like 2020 Carson Wentz. And I do like the Texans. I don't think Tyrod Taylor's ready yet. If he was, I might give it to them, but. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Colts, and I'm gonna say 21-14. I think it'd be more of a defensive battle, and the Colts do have a decent defense still. They've been on the field a little more, but they do have a decent defense. Maybe this time, or, maybe if they don't have to rely on their kicker, they'll win a game.
Yeah, seriously.
All right, Nick, who you got in this one?
The one thing that I'm going to say about Wentz, and I'm never going to badmouth him, I would never, because he brought us a championship. As much as Foles was part of the Super Bowl, as much as he was part of the game, Wentz was, more important to the season. But forget about that. I'm getting off track. One thing that Wentz has is that never give up attitude, and that was a competitive game on Monday night. So I got the Colts as well. I'm going to go 27-24 Colts.
Okay, 27-24. Yeah. Oh no, Wentz practically locked up everything before his knee injury. Like they were, if I remember, they were like 12-2. They had clinched number 1 seeds and everything else. And then Nick Foles had come in. So without that, there is no 2017 for the Eagles. I'll never forget that part. I know a lot of people.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
But that will not be me. And I just want Wentz to keep playing and succeeding because that means we get a higher draft pick. But I digress.
Yeah.
So the next game is a couple of teams who are probably a little heartbroken this week, looking to bounce back. But we've got the Bengals coming off that overtime loss where nobody could win, going up against the winless Detroit Lions in Detroit. And I'll be honest. I don't know. I don't know if this game is going to come down to a kicker. I think Cincinnati wins, and I think they win semi-convincingly. I'll say 28-17. And we'll go back to Nick. What do you got? Bengals, Lions.
Yeah, I got Bengals. As much as I'm cheering for the Lions. I mean, the coach. He's a coach that you want to play for. He's a coach that you could get behind. So, I mean. He's so emotional. He's so into the game. But again, I digress. I'm getting off track here. They're not going to win. I got this is going to be a tough one. I got the Lions losing here. I don't know. Let's just say 21-14.
Okay. And Sacco, wrap us up here, man.
Yeah, I am not taking the team that bites kneecaps.
Yeah.
No. You can bite all the kneecaps you want. You're still winless.
I'm a big Joe Burrow guy.
Yeah.
I like Jamar Chase. I
love Jamar Chase.
I love what's brewing down there in Cincinnati. Vegas thinks this game's going to be close to the 3-point spread, so I'm going to follow suit. But Cincinnati comes out 28-21.
Okay, 28-21. All right, and I feel like we have to snake draft and go right back to Sacco for this next one. We've got the as I said, the Red River remix, Kyler Murray and the undefeated Cardinals going to Cleveland to take on Baker and the Browns. And yes, I'm gonna lob this right up for Sacco and let him dunk it. You kick us off, man. Who you got?
Don't miss it, Simmons.
That's later in the show.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm gonna go with the Browns are beating us.
Yeah.
The Browns. This is our first loss of the season. I'm a realist. I mean, I'm gonna be rooting for the Cardinals, but they run the ball very good, and that's the Cardinals' weakness. I mean, are we gonna go 18-0 or how many 17-0?
17, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to lose. We're coming east also. West East doesn't really bode well for a West Coast team. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a shootout. I got a 38-34 Cleveland.
Damn.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if there's one thing I've noticed about the Browns this year is they tend to give games back when they're playing top-notch opponents. They did it against Kansas City. They've done it, a couple of times this week. They almost gave it back to Minnesota.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a close game, and in the end, like I know the Cardinals are not going to be undefeated for the season. I just don't think they lose here. I'm going to take Arizona in a close game. I'm going to say 30-27.
Okay.
I hope you're
I
right.
got Cardinals 27-19. I want to pick the Cardinals too, just because I was going to try and be different, but Dom, you picked the Cardinals as well. So I think they're just a complete team as much as the running game is a
See,
weakness.
this
Yeah,
could work in Sacco's favor though, because if he's right, he'll be the only one that gets the points, and it's going to be
Yeah.
because of his team.
It's funny because you guys let me lead off. If I didn't lead off and you both went Cleveland, I was going Arizona to be different. But
Yeah.
you guys let me
You
off.
gotta love the way we play the game,
Yeah.
folks. That's what I'm saying. It's not just picks. There's strategy to this shit.
Charlie Daniel put me in the leadoff spot here, and I had to set the table.
All right, J-Roll.
I was gonna say you pulled a J roll though. You knocked that shit right out of the park. So all right. So as we continue into the late games for Sunday, we've got the Dallas Cowboys. Jerry's kids themselves are going to be rolling into Foxborough to take on the New England Patriots, and I so desperately want to pick the Patriots because God, I hate the Cowboys. So. Fuck it, I got a lead. I'm doing it. The Patriots win this game.
Damn you.
I guess I got to give a score.
Yeah, you do.
I thought I was going to be all on my own.
Nope.
I'm going to say the Patriots win this game. I mean, their defense held Tom Brady and the Bucs to 19 points in Foxborough. So I'm going to say Patriots win this game 21-19.
Damn it. Almost identical. I got 21-18 Patriots. Like you said, you brought up the point with Tom Brady. They played him so well. And really coaching is so important. And I just, as much as I hate the Cowboys, I honestly really think the Patriots have it here.
Okay. Let's see if Sacco goes out on a limb here.
I did want to take the Patriots, but you two goofballs are on them, so
you can still take them.
I can, but I'm gonna go with Dallas because I don't even need a score because I'm different.
Nope, you're different, so you don't even need a score.
But this is a typical game though. The Dallas letdown in New England. Yeah. Belichick is a brain. I mean, I would not be shocked if New England wins. Yeah. It's not a bad pick by you guys at all.
I didn't think so. This one's interesting because we have the oh God, I can't remember his name, but we have the debut of the Raiders interim coach as Las Vegas travels to Mile High to take on the Broncos. Both teams have lost 2 straight.
Yeah.
One has had some off-field distractions. The other one has just had some injuries, basically. I mean, it's been an interesting season. At least, they were saying the AFC West was probably the toughest division after like 3 weeks when both these teams were undefeated. And now you look at it and you're like, okay, it's the Chargers division. Anybody else going to make the playoffs?
Yeah, seriously.
What a difference 2 weeks makes.
Football's such a week-to-week sport.
It really is, and that's what I love. That's what I love about it, though. It always keeps it interesting. So we've got, like I said, Raiders, and I'm sorry, I will learn the new coach's name. I apologize; it totally slipped my head. And going into Denver to play the Broncos. I'll start with Nick. Who you got in this one?
Yeah, I think the Raiders really need this, and I think they're going to play together as a team. Unlike the Jaguars, I think they have chemistry. They have something there because of Jon Gruden. And as much as I don't see this being a competitive game, I think it's going to be. So I got the Raiders here. Let's say 27-19 Raiders. The Oakland Raiders.
Only they're in Las Vegas.
Yeah. Damn it, Boomer.
Damn it, Nikki. All right. I guess I'll go next. Fuck it. I love what the Raiders did to start the season, but the last few weeks, their defense has been banged up. Their secondary is diminished. Derek Carr has had some shitty games after a tremendous start. And I remember, like, maybe it was, going into week 4, we were talking about how has Derek Carr not gotten paid yet? This is how. Because as good as he looks, he's going to give you these stinkers. And the Broncos defense is one of those defenses that can give him another stinker game.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say with that, it gives the Broncos enough to get the win at home because again, Vegas has got to travel, and I'm gonna say 20-14,
Okay.
Denver. All right, so we're split so far. Sacco, who you got in this one?
I totally agree with the whole defense thing, 'cause that's what the Bears did last week so well. They got after Carr, and that's not a bad defense. So I got 27-13 Broncos.
Okay. Yeah, it's like look out, Derek Von Miller's coming.
Yeah.
Uh,
I know.
But
You know,
I
Khalil
like
Mack
Nick's-
is
I
your
like Nick's
friend, but he's a
assessment.
bad man. Von Miller, he's just as bad.
I do like Nick's assessment though, because I can see the Raiders definitely coming together and just
Yeah.
rallying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it'd be cool to see him rally around the new coach and kind of get the Gruden stink off of him. It would be great.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be this week. Maybe next week. We'll see. And wow.
Yeah.
I think they should have maybe moved this game, but it's the Sunday night game where the Seattle Seahawks and Geno Smith
Jesus.
travel to Heinz Field to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.
I'm just going to ask, does anybody think Seattle's winning this game?
No.
No.
Speak for yourselves. I do.
Oh shit.
Damn.
Okay. So Sacco, you're taking Seattle?
Thinking Seattle.
Wow.
Pittsburgh has looked god awful in every way possible.
Yeah, but they're still winning.
They got 2 wins.
Yeah, they beat the Broncos.
They beat Buffalo. Right,
They beat the two teams that are playing each other this
They
week.
beat Buffalo and then they shat the bed. Vegas.
Oh, that's
beat
right.
them,
The Raiders beat them.
Bengals beat them. Packers beat them.
Yeah.
And Geno Smith led a 98-yard drive with no practice at all.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but he
I
broke
guess-
his jaw a couple years ago, bro. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, but then that next drive he threw a pick to end the game. So that's
Yeah.
kind of Geno, though.
Dude,
I don't.
It's like that
I just-
fourth quarter, you could just put it in a little time capsule with
Yeah.
a little note on, with a little sticker on it that says, "That's so Geno."
I mean, I do hate Seattle because I hate Pete Carroll.
yeah, me
as
too.
As a Cardinal fan, I can't stand them. But I just see the defense making enough plays, turning Ben over, giving
Yeah.
Geno the short field. I'll go out on a limb and take Seattle.
Okay.
Okay. Well, the reason I was saying Pittsburgh was because first, their defense is starting to get healthy.
Yeah.
And even though I know Ben has played kind of shitty, he had his moments in that game last week, like that big bomb to Deontay. And yeah, they'll be without Juju Smith-Schuster, but they missed him for most of that game, and they still
Yeah.
won. On top of it, they finally remembered that they're the fucking Steelers, and maybe they should just run the ball. And Najee Harris had a monster day on the ground. And I think that could continue easily against Seattle because their defense is like bottom of the league in everything. Like they're one of
Yeah.
the worst against the run. They're one of the worst against the pass. So even if Roethlisberger struggles, he
Yeah.
can just turn and hand it to Najee Smith. The kind of the way Matthew Stafford, after hurting his finger and throwing that pick, just started leaning on Sony Michel and
Yeah.
Darrell Henderson, and use that as a way to kind of shorten the game, keep the defense fresh, keep ahead, and so I see them pulling out a close game. I don't think it's going to be insanely high scoring.
Yeah.
I think it'll probably end up like 17-14 Steelers.
Damn. Again, something
In like a
similar to
classic
me.
Steelers game, just 4 yards in a cloud of dust, lock them up on defense. That
Yeah.
kind of thing.
I got 17-10 Steelers.
Okay.
I just Geno Smith is not the answer, and I know he's just filling in for Russell Wilson. So Big Ben, he's been here before. He's played well. As much as, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say, I guess if Geno doesn't work out, they could always call Cam.
Yeah, Cam. Yeah.
Oh, Cam.
Nope, but I got the Steelers here, 17-10.
Okay. And then we've got the Monday night game, which is
Which
it's
is really
interesting.
intriguing.
It's
Very
definitely intriguing. We got the Buffalo Bills after the big win against Kansas City, going into Tennessee to play what can only be called the Jekyll and Hyde Titans.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. I mean, their 2 wins are against some quality football teams, and then their 2 losses is just like, wait, what happened here?
Yeah.
like getting blown out by Arizona was not a big deal. It was just you got blown out. Weren't you supposed to have this high-powered offense? And then losing to the Jets? Like,
Yeah.
how the fuck does that happen? But
Yeah.
it did. So I guess I'll start with Sacco here. Who do you see pulling this Monday night game out?
Oh, wow. Because I'm just going to eat my words on this show because I just praised Josh Allen and the Bills. But I see a letdown spot. I see a fired up Tennessee team. A lot of hype around this Tennessee team before the season started, possibly coming out of the AFC. I think they make a statement here at home on Monday Night Football.
Damn.
Okay.
It's a typical letdown spot for the Bills on the road.
You're not wrong. I mean,
big victory. Kansas City had their.
You could say that first week loss was kind of that letdown moment too, because they had it. You know, they kind of.
But the hype was definitely there for the Steelers too. You're right, but the Chiefs.
But they were, everybody was hyping the Bills going into that week, like, oh, they're a Super Bowl contender and everything else. And then they gave that game away to Pittsburgh. So I see where you're coming from. Yeah, I see where you're coming from with this one. They were really hyped to get in there and make a statement against Kansas City. So I could see it happen.
They control the ball with Derrick Henry and let Tannehill just be Tannehill.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'll give a score if I have to, but
yeah, and maybe Julio Jones comes back for this game because he's missed the last couple of weeks, so that might make it a little closer. Let's go to Nick next. Who you see in this one?
Yeah, I got the Bills here. It's going to be competitive, but as much as Henry is, a complete player, I don't think he can carry the team, so I got 27-24 Bills.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I see where Sacco's coming from, and I want to lean that way, but I don't know. I can't. That Bills defense, man. I was saying, like, yeah, you're number one, but you're number one because you shut out, like, Houston with Davis Mills and Miami with Jacoby Brissett. That's not hard to do. But then the way they played against, Mahomes and going down the line, it's like, oh, you might actually be for real. And if that team has a top-flight defense to go with Josh Allen and all the weapons we already talked about, I don't know if even Chris Henry is enough to stop him. I mean, Derrick Henry. I was thinking of the other Titan. My bad. I don't think the King's enough. I'm gonna take the Bills. I don't think it'll be I think it'll be a close game for sure. I'm gonna say 31-24.
Okay.
We're gonna leave it at that. And with that, we get to the end of our picks. And I think before we sign off, we should at least just take a moment and roll through a couple of little topics since the NBA season is about to jump off here and go to a segment that I like to call the tip drill. Just a couple topics real quick. And one of them is near and dear to my heart. So the other, I'm watching the highlights of a Sixers preseason game, and in the middle of it, I hear that Ben Simmons has reported to the facility. They had already talked about his agent in the franchise trying to work something out.
Yeah.
And he is in the midst of taking a COVID test to clear protocol so that he can return to the team. And I'm like, are you fucking shitting me? Like after all this, I'll never be a Sixer again. You can take the $8 million and all that. Now you're back.
Yeah.
And I think the funniest thing of it all was the interview afterwards with Doc Rivers, where they asked him, like, well, did you see Ben? Did you talk to him? Did you get to do this and that? And he's like, he was taking a test while I was coaching a game. Like, did you see me leave the sideline?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you have noticed if I left during the middle of a game that's being broadcast on ESPN?
Yeah.
And then, of course, they started asking about the situation about Ben, and he said flat out to these questions, multiple questions, quote, listen, we said from day one that we wanted Ben, and we'd love to get him back. Other than that, honestly, there's nothing really to report. Our position hasn't changed at all. So I guess the question here is like, where does this? We've already talked about a few sagas on this show, most of them being in the NFL, and of course, maybe my rants had something to do with Ben coming back. Like somebody was like, "Do you hear what this kid's saying about you?"
Yeah.
But the question becomes like, where does this saga go from here? Like, why now? And I'm gonna toss it to Nick first. I'm gonna try to hold myself.
Yeah. I mean, it benefits both Ben Simmons and the Sixers if he's playing. So they can trade him. It's good trade bait, or it's something to show other teams that he's willing to play. And it's also good for Ben Simmons just because it shows that he's maturing. He's showing that, okay, I screwed up. I should have just, stuck with playing with the Sixers. I shouldn't have said anything. I should have just been a man about it and grow up. This is a professional basketball team. You got to do what you got to do. So it benefits both. I hope he's back just so we can trade him, just so we have something to show for a point guard. Because other than that, I mean, we're in trouble because, he's a poor sportsman. He's a poor teammate, but we need somebody. We need him. We need somebody to fill that position until he's gone, and he's got to be there. He's got to play. I know that we were finding him, so it's good to see him back, but it's also bittersweet because it's like, dude, you gave up on us. And Philly fans, Sacco, Philly fans, like, you give up on us, you're gone. As much as we dislike Donovan McNabb, as much as we didn't agree with Terrell Owens doing sit-ups in his back or in his front yard, he was an Eagle, and we were behind him. But as soon as you say something, as soon as you disrespect us, you're gone. We pay our hard-earned money, and it's just it benefits both. That's all I could say. I'm not cheering for Simmons. Yeah. I don't know. It's good so we can trade him because he wants out and we want him out. So I'm happy he's back, I guess, right? I don't know.
But I tried. I can't hold my tongue. Here it goes. The Sixers brought him in because they're looking at these trade offers that they're getting for him, and they're like, shit, this isn't enough.
Yeah.
And the only way to get more is to get him back and get him playing and kind of go to these other teams and give him the wink. Like, oh, yeah, we're going to keep him. Yeah. We're going to work with him. He's going to be great. And that's the reason they got him back in the door. The reason Ben came back in the door has nothing with wanting to help this team or gain fans back or do anything. It has to do with the $8 million the Sixers stuck in an escrow account. It has to do with the fines that were doubling every game he missed. Yep. That would have gotten even more if we get into the regular season, the whole nine. He's there for the money, and we want him there so that we can push up his trade value, so that maybe he plays well enough to get a solid piece back in return for him. Because when you look at some of these offers that were supposedly floated out there, like if Indiana's offer wasn't good like immediately after we were eliminated from the playoffs, it's not going to be good in the first week of the preseason. There's nothing else you can offer, and the rest of the offers are probably worse. So we're going to get him back. We're going to put him on the court. We're going to hope that maybe he decides to work with the shooting coach they brought in for him. We're going to hope that maybe he can look good enough that maybe somebody calls and says, we want him and we'll give you blank. Like, if the Trailblazers call and offer us either one of those guards in that starting backcourt, bye, Ben. That's all I can say. Yeah. This is not – I don't see this being some, like, happy reunion where they finally come together, work their issues out, and Ben puts in the work and does all this because he's had years. He's had years to put this work in, and he's gotten worse. So it's just literally so that he can get his money and so that we can get him out the door for something that we consider to be a solid group of players or picks in return. And that's that. I mean, do you have anything to add to this, Sacco?
How can somebody, an athlete like him, look at game film and not know that he has flaws? I look at Lonzo Ball. He had no jump shot, and he's come and he worked on a jump shot.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
there's vice versa people out there that Ben Simmons should be used like the Greek freak, Antetokounmpo. But Antetokounmpo shot the ball.
Yeah, and he didn't have a jump shot when he came in, and now his jump shot is damn good, and he's still working on it.
Yeah.
Look at LeBron.
That's what turned me off when he said, "I am who I am. I'm not working on." Like, what athlete says that?
Yeah, you want to try and get better.
Right.
Ben Simmons, end of list.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Next.
can I somehow find a way to like take Allen Iverson out of his body and put him in Ben Simmons' body? We would win 17 titles. Like by the end of this kid's career, we'd win 17 titles.
Yeah.
Because nobody worked harder. Nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody took more punishment and worked harder than Allen Iverson. And this kid is the exact fucking opposite.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I agree with Sacco. Like all the guys he brought up, whether it was the Greek freak, Lonzo Ball, even when LeBron came in, he was a lot like Ben Simmons. He was a slasher, he was a passer, he was an athlete, and he didn't have a jump shot. He couldn't shoot a free throw. I'm not saying he can do. I'm not saying he's the greatest at the free throw line, but he's definitely worked on it, and he's definitely improved from when he walked in as a young kid, and that's something that Ben hasn't done. I don't know if it's because he was coddled when he came in, because like his dad's buddy is coaching him. I don't know if it's just his attitude of this is the way I am and I'm not going to change. But either way, I'm just hoping he plays well enough that somebody's willing to take a flyer on him and give us something that's worth getting him out the door. I don't really care if he sticks around or not.
Yeah.
In fact, the sooner he leaves, the better, to be honest. And the next NBA question, I have to apologize, my bad, but we've had some issues in the offseason between Andrew Wiggins and Golden State, and now Kyrie Irving, the latest one with Brooklyn, where I was saying that the league was requiring the NBA players to get vaccinated, but it's more of the local mandates. Like you can't be in certain places in New York without being vaccinated. That's where we go with Kyrie. With Andrew Wiggins, it was, California's still not the greatest spot for COVID. So there are places you can't go unless you are vaccinated. So at this point, I think Wiggins did. Kyrie still hasn't. And even the Nets GM has said we basically have to look at this season where we don't have Kyrie Irving unless he gets these shots.
Yeah.
Because he can't come to the practice facility. He can't play any of the home games in Brooklyn. And he's only going to be limited to maybe half the season on the road. And that just depends on where they go. Like if they go to California, they go without Kyrie. If they go to a few other states or cities, they go without Kyrie because it's mandated that you have to be. So I guess the question becomes, because I had written down one thing and I gotta remix it now that I looked it over. Why the hell, if you're Kyrie Irving and you're
paid millions of dollars,
you're kind of in the Ben Simmons situation where you got the max deal, but you got a great team around you. You're favorite to go to the finals, kind of like the Sixers were last year. Why would you not get the shot?
Let me tell you something. I wasn't a big fan of the shot, and I'll tell you that right now. I wasn't, but I landed a job that required me to get it. And I'm not making nearly, a drop in the bucket compared to what these guys are.
Yeah.
And I got it. I mean, there was just no hesitation, I mean, they're doing what they love. They're playing people go to see them. You think he would, it's...
Yeah,
he's something else.
It's definitely. I mean, this is not the first time we've had Kyrie in the news where you can say, "Man, he's something else." But this one seems a little ridiculous. Like I was in the same position where I got a new job recently, and they said, "Well, you have to be vaccinated to work here." I said, "No problem, I already am," and I handed them my card.
Yeah.
The reason is because I have a son who's 10. He has a lot of neighborhood kids, all this stuff. This was, I got it before he even went back to school because I thought, well, what if I end up getting it? And then I'm running around with my son and his buddies. I give it to one of them. They pass it around. Now there's all these sick kids. Who knows what happens to them? And that's on me? No, I don't want that on my conscience. Fuck it. Right here. I'll be back in 2 weeks. And I know it's a little different, but at the same time, like, how many of these, young kids or people in general are going to come to these stadiums because they want to see somebody like Kyrie Irving or a team like
Yeah.
the Nets, and you got a guy like Kyrie walking around unvaccinated with all these fans and everything else, and basically maybe even putting them at risk. It's not a good look for him. It's not a good look for your league. I don't even care. It's not like you're the NFL and you're going to foreign countries and that kind of stuff. It's
Yeah.
it's literally you're going into places where this is still a bigger issue than some other states, including the one and in the city you play in, and you're just like, no, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
It's Ben Simmons all over again. I am who I am. Well, maybe you need to change who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm sorry, Nikki. You want to drop something in on this?
No. I 110% agree with both of you. I mean, you're getting paid all that money. Just get it. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I don't want to get into politics, and I understand you have your right. You are, American. What's it all about? Freedom. I get it. I understand it. But just get the damn shot. That's all I have to say.
You want to be free to be sick or dead? Like what is it? Like the only people it makes any sense, because I know a few of them and I've heard them say this to me. I know a few like first responders, like ER nurses, that type of stuff, that from the beginning of this pandemic were bum rushed with COVID cases and wore all the proper stuff, followed all the protocols for years and never once caught COVID. And now all of a sudden you have people telling them, well, you have to get vaccinated or you can't work. And their defense is, well, I've been doing it for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
And I was doing it before the vaccine. I was doing it during, and you never said, now you want me to? Why?
Yeah.
If I didn't catch it by now, what makes you think I ever will? That makes sense. Kyrie Irving makes no fucking sense. None. So unless Kyrie Irving's been working in them ERs in New York and treating COVID cases in the off season, go get the goddamn shot.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Yeah. That's it. Let's leave it at that, honestly, right? Like just do it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I know I have a high-class co-host on my other show, and he will kill me if I don't say this. I do want to congratulate the Boston Red Sox on his behalf for going to the ALCS. I know they're going to be taking on the Astros, and that's not going to be easy. And I'm sure he's going to be sweating it out. But considering they got him as a wild card, they knocked off the Yankees. They're headed in. They knocked out the Rays, who were supposed to be the favorite to go to the series. They're hot. He's happy. I'm happy for him. So congratulations. Good luck against the Astros. We'll see how the NL shakes out. I think the Braves just advanced, and we're waiting on LA and San Francisco. So we've almost got that matchup. If we get a chance, we'll preview it for you. And do we have any final thoughts, Nick, Sacco?
This is fun.
Yeah, this was a good time.
That's
fun. A great final thought. I like that. I definitely enjoyed the hell out of it. I thank you guys for showing up.
Absolutely.
And, between one of you, why don't you guys plug what you got going on? Tell us where they can find you on social media. Have fun. You earned it after all this.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Again, it's awesome to be on here. So thanks, Dom. You can find us on Twitter at the UW Pod and Instagram at UW Podcast. We got a great guest coming up. I'm not gonna spoil it. You're just gonna have to tune in and listen. Follow us. And then watch what happens, because it's gonna be a hell of a time. It's gonna be it's gonna be fun. So again, Dom, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. Pleasure's all mine, guys. I enjoyed the hell out of this. I appreciate you both showing up. And we don't really have social media set up for this show. I'm running it off my YouTube channel, but you can always come and find me on Twitter at @S_Philly Sycho. And ask your NFL questions. Tell me what you want to talk about on the show. We will definitely find a way to use it here. You can find this show as well as Top Rope Wrestling Talk on our YouTube channel, which is TRWT / a Fox Den John. Spike Lee has joints. I have Johns. There's not much difference outside the budget. You can find both our shows pretty much wherever podcasts are distributed. But if you want to just go one-stop shopping, hit us up either at anchor.fm/FoxDen, one word, no capitals, or anchor.fm/TRWT. And we've got a couple of good things coming up for you wrestling fans. We will be the Grandma and the High Class One and I will be back live on Friday with two of my favorite podcasters outside of the Universal Wrestling Pod, the Dirty Heels themselves. I can't wait.
The Dirty Heels.
The DOE and Kofi Weedston.
The
my
Dirty
brothers.
Heels.
They're coming through. Let's fucking go. I can't
they're
wait for that.
great.
I'm excited. That's the first
They're
time I've
great.
been able to say it. I'm going to be promoting the shit out of it this week.
Let's go.
So follow us on social media at Top Rope WT on Twitter, at top_rope_wrestling_talk on Instagram, or search for us on Facebook at just look for Top Rope Wrestling Talk. You'll find the community group, the podcast page. Make sure to like one and invite yourself to the other. We do a lot of fun shit in the group. We even have prediction forums for group titles. I'm a 20-time champion myself because I'm pretty good at making picks, if you haven't noticed after 3 weeks.
Put yourself over, Dom.
Always. It's my show. No,
Yes, sir.
So thank you everybody for watching this. Enjoy Thursday night football, your weekend. Enjoy everything NFL. Hope your team is winning. If you don't, we still got plenty of weeks, and we will catch you next week.
I'm outshine the same day they signed Tory. The Smith beside me, yes. My wrist is shiny, yes. At all times, catch all signs. Shots fly, no Anakin. Olive Garden rabbit outfit inside a ramekin. Fucking breadcrumbs turn breadsticks when that text spit. Cause that marinara so cute. Safety off, you ain't Joku.